Peace and prosperity be unto all who's listening and watching. It's your girl, Shaeranea, and I'm back with another video. And today we're going to talk about sex before marriage. And a lot of people sometimes ask me about this question. Do you believe that sex before marriage is okay? Do you believe that it's okay to have sex before marriage? And I believe that a lot of us would not exist if our parents had waited to marriage, honestly, because it's a lot of us who are born now that after we were born, our parents weren't even together. So honestly, the concept of sex before marriage and having to wait till marriage can kind of get misconstrued. Now, I totally understand everybody's reason for doing so. You want to save yourself for the right person. In all honesty, I'm not the kind of individual, especially if I'm like really into someone and I really like love them, I really care about them, the vibe is good, they treat me well, they value me as an individual, as a woman, if and they respect me, I don't have an issue with having sex before marriage. Me personally, I don't have an issue with it. Now, that's because I believe that all things, if things are meant to be, no matter what order they go into, they will naturally come together all as one. That's what I believe. Like, even if you have a child with someone, if you have great intentions to be with that individual, great intentions to, build a life with them, like sincerely and seriously build a life with that individual, whether you have the baby first or become married, I honestly don't believe it makes a difference, because I'm telling you guys, like, we would not even exist. A lot of us, our parents weren't even together, and some of them were together but didn't make it to even reach that point till marriage. A lot of people got to understand that, some people are together now, but after the baby, they'd separate. And some people, have those one night stands and end up having a baby. Like, babies appear and they happen in the most interesting ways, right? But like I said, sex before marriage, the biggest thing with companionship, you want to know that you can enjoy your partner, right? Have fun with that partner. I don't personally, look, this is just my personal opinion. I am someone who really loves God. Okay, I am a spiritual woman. I strongly believe in God, and I strongly believe that God is within me. I do have my own flaws and imperfections, but this is one thing for sure. I cannot be married to somebody that I have not tried out sexually. Now, honestly, I gotta know I'm gonna enjoy this person, because bad sex can make great chemistry, can make a great vibe, can make great anything turn into like a spoiled milk. Like, and no one should cry over spoiled milk. So what I'm saying to you, if you have someone who really values you, respects you, really works through things with you, then I really see no problem with it. And I think everyone should do it when they're ready and they both consent to do those things. I believe that your relationship should be a connection between you and them, but also a connection between you, them, and God. So it should be like a deeper tie, a deeper connection. And it's always deeper for me because I'm a deep person, and not everybody is super deep. Some people are very surface, some people are very simple. I'm a simple person when it comes to material things, but when it comes to like things that I value, like relationships, things like that, children, I have a whole deeper concept of how I want those things to be. And since I've never ever experienced marriage or had any kids, I definitely have a deeper concept of how I want to experience them and how I want to see the difference, because how I was raised was entirely different from how everybody else. And I want my kids to have the greatest experience if I ever have any. So marriage is not the biggest thing, but do you enjoy this this companionship with this individual that you are in awe over? Can you see yourself building a life with this person? Can you see yourself going, doing things, growing with this person? Can you grow with this person? Do you reflect with this person? Can this person bring out the best in you, right? These are things that you want to acknowledge when loving somebody, when like having sex before marriage. I know like most people just talk about, yeah, I just don't, sex before marriage is not a big deal. And it's for the most part, I don't really believe it is. I believe that you should definitely do it when you're ready, when you're comfortable, and when it's like the right time for the both of you, not just when the other individual. Don't do something outside your comfort zone. If you're not comfortable enough to do something, then don't do it, because you can be saying no in your head and never speak it verbally. So I'm just gonna say to you guys, just be mindful, because I am someone who believes that you need to try it out before you can marry to it. That's honest. I'm being honest, okay? You gotta sample. It's like food. Like, you gotta know what it tastes like in order to know that it's gonna be good. So if you're not sampling that person's food, you know, what they got going on, some sushi. Now, if you're not sampling what they have going on and getting a little bit of who they are, you know, a little dab here, to know that they have the fullest potential of loving you and, like, you know, having more with you. It's so interesting. If you can understand this when, like, you meet somebody who is a reflection of yourself, and always, like, because you could meet somebody entirely like you, just stubborn as like you, wants the same things out of life like you, but opposite to you, and then like in different places. Like, you know what, I always thought it was interesting to meet it, like, my first time ever meeting a man who remind me of myself, right? It is it is scary, because, like, it depending on what that person reminds me of in myself. Yeah, like, when I was younger and a little, you know, wilder, if I could see, like, the young wild me in the person or a man, ooh, that can be scary, because I know how I was. So I know how a man can be different, and how meeting yourself in a man is something entirely different than meeting yourself in a woman. And it's so interesting, because, like, you know, you really can see yourself in other people, and it's so beautiful. It is so beautiful. Personally, I have sex before marriage, but honestly, I only do things now at a place in my life where I only do it with people I value, okay? Because it is a part of me that only, it's a lower state of being that we all do something from, but don't necessarily have genuine intentions when doing so. And then, like, I'll talk to you guys about sexuality in another video, but this video is just basically about sex and marriage, and why it's important to, you know, make sure that you're happy with the individual that you're with, and that, you know, you guys are on, you know, consent with each other, or, like, both agree, right? You both agree that this is fine, this is okay, and that's really important. You want to be comfortable with who you're with. You want to enjoy each other's company. You want to enjoy each other, yourselves, you know, enjoy each other. So you want to enjoy the person you love, right? Because it's just so magical. All these accumulating chemicals that fluctuate through your brain, your mind, your body, and if it's not a really good connection, it can affect your spirit, it can affect your soul, it can affect your mind, and it can affect your abilities to perform in life. who you have sex is really important, and we need to talk about that more. But those are gonna be the next few videos for the next few days, because I'm gonna have a lot of videos on sex ed. Okay, everybody loves to talk about these things, but sex and marriage are hand in hand. And if you believe that this individual is someone you can invest time, love, learn, build, and grow with, they are at the most qualification. If you respect them and value them, that's all you need, baby, because all the rest will fall into line. So at the end of the day, I love you guys. Comment, share, like, subscribe, and engage in the comments down below. I love you all, and I hope you guys have a prosperous day. If you need any information about me, it'll be in the description box below. And I'm happy to see you all, and I hope you guys been having a really abundant, prosperous day. But for real, guys, like, half of us wouldn't even exist if our parents waited to marriage. And a lot of them didn't even get married. A lot of them didn't even last throughout the entire pregnancy of us becoming born. So let's get to a reality. Like, realistically, it doesn't happen. Not always. And things happen, things change. You know, people don't stick around, but it's okay. People flake. But be true, be loyal, be honest about what you're willing to do. Because even when you consciously disagree, you subconsciously agree in some aspects. So be mindful of your perspective, because your perspective is your reality. Love you all.